Hello everyone, my name is Mike and this is Matrix to Paradise. This channel I created to document my journey from the Matrix, which is a truck driving job for me right now, to my personal paradise, which is going to be living overseas and documenting all my explorations and good times retired on YouTube. So, the last time I talked to you guys, I was in Lodi, California, stuck because of the weather. I tried to make right after I went from Lodi, finally 2 days later, the pass, Donner Pass, on Interstate 80 was open, and they had cleared it out, and there was no more ice and snow on the road, and I was able to take off and go and deliver my load that I had to Salt Lake. Actually, Corinne, Utah, the distribution center for Walmart there. So anyway, so I got to Salt Lake, I delivered that load, and I went back down to North Salt Lake to park overnight because we have a terminal there, Crete does. And sure enough, it starts snowing that night. We got like 6 inches of snow the next day. So I woke up and the whole truck's packed with snow. And they had me on a load going to Tukwila, Washington. Well, I looked at the weather map that day, and the whole route up there from Salt Lake was getting snowstormed like crazy. So I was just like, I don't want to take this load up there and get stuck again for another couple days. So I called up the next morning. I called up my asset manager and told her, I said, look, I know I've got this load going to, they want me to pick it up from the terminal. There was a trailer there that was full, and take it to Washington. But I don't really want to go to Washington because I don't want to get stuck again. So she said, okay, we'll let me look for some other stuff here. So I said, preferably something south where I'm not going to be going through the snow. And she said, okay. So she comes back with a load going to Phoenix. I said, great. So it was from Salt Lake down to Phoenix. It's about 740 miles, something like that. From the place where I was going in North Salt Lake to Phoenix. So it's going to take me 2 days, according to the clock, you know. So I went and picked up the load and drove down to Littlefield, Arizona, which is part of the Arizona Strip there that the Interstate 15 goes through. And I stopped overnight there because there's a big, huge TA there. Now, I don't usually stop at TAs because they always charge for parking, and they're usually crappy. They haven't been built. But this one's a brand new one, and they have loads of parking there. So I stopped there and stayed overnight, and then the next day I got up and went, headed to Phoenix. Well, I stopped in Kingman, Arizona to get fuel, and while I was there, I had lunch and I looked at my mileage situation for the bonus for the end of the month. What for that quarter? It's going to be the end of the month when the end of this month, March. And I was still too many miles out. I could have possibly made it, but it was going to really be hard to make it. I mean, I could have made it, but it was going to be, I'd have to hustle big time. And not that I don't mind hustling. It's just that I don't want to drive with the stress anymore. I'm just tired of it. And the amount of stress that I would have been put up with, I would be trying to make that. But if there were no loads and they were going to send me back north where the snow is again, because she told me, she goes, the only load out of Phoenix we've got for that time period is going back to Salt Lake. And I thought, well, from Salt Lake, they could send me anywhere, back to California, back up to Washington. It just seemed like everything was going that way. So when I got down to Phoenix, I just called them up and said, look, I'm just going to take my break now. instead of waiting till the end of the month. I was going to take it in April, the beginning of April, and then go from there. But I just decided to take it. I didn't want the stress. And, it had been an extra $1,000. Well, actually, $750 after they took all the taxes out of it. But I just didn't feel like putting up with the stress. So I was just, and more than likely, considering the last couple weeks, I would have got delayed again, and I just didn't want to deal with it. Because once you're hustling and then you get delayed, then you're screwed anyway. I might as well be in Phoenix and then enjoy a couple days off than be stuck in Oregon or, Idaho or someplace like that. Not that I don't like those places. It's just that I just don't want to get stuck on the road because of weather. And it just seems like, I said this before, a lot of times you'll have these storms that just come out of nowhere at the end of winter and just screw up plans. But whatever, it's not a big deal. I'm not worried about it. So anyway, I came down to Phoenix and I got here on Friday, I believe. And I've been here for the last couple days. Now, the reason I haven't put out a video since then is because my iPhone, which I do all my recording on, had all my videos on it. So if you look at my channel, I have like 160 some videos on there, and it was plugging up all the space on so it wouldn't let me make another video, or at least keep it. So I couldn't keep it and record it and send it up. So when I was in California, I ordered an external hard drive so I could download all my videos onto that external hard drive and then clear them off of my phone so I could free up space on my phone. So now I've done that, and that took an extraordinary amount of time to get that done. I guess it takes time to download, and then you got to bring stuff down from the iCloud and all this other kind of craziness. All this other stuff was taking so much time. So all Friday and all Saturday I was downloading on this external hard drive from my phone. And then it takes so long for each video that it would run my battery out, and there's only one plug-in for power and for data transfer on the phone. So using it as data transfer, I had to stop in the middle. They'd put the power cord back on and recharge the phone. It was just a big hassle. But anyway, I got it done, and today, Sunday, I'm making a video. So I shouldn't be taking off until Wednesday. Wednesday, I believe, is when I'm going to be taking off. So the 26th. So it's Sunday. I got Monday. Monday, I got to go to DMV and re-register my vehicle because I still want to have my vehicle registered so that I can keep driving around when I come back, from the road. And I got to have it at the end so that I can go run errands and go to the bank and, get all my stuff squared away when I get ready to leave. And that's another thing I've been thinking about lately. I know I keep going back and forth about this, but I don't know what it is, but I keep getting the feeling that, I don't need to stay longer than I really should. And with the money I have now, I could, it's right on the cusp. It's right there that I could live my life over there and be fine. I just was trying to go until September to save up a little bit more money and, put it way over the top. But I the longer I keep driving, the more I want to get out of here. Not that I don't like this job. It's a decent job. But, every week we get these bereavement notices. I know I've mentioned this before. We get these bereavement notices on our tablet, which comes from, the company that I work for. And they talk about people dying and, people that work for Crete. And most of these guys, I know they're not 75, 80 years. They're not 80 years old driving a truck. They're like in their 50s and their 60s. And like I said before, this is not a very healthy job. And when you sit on your butt for 10, 12 hours a day, over and over and over every single day, I mean, honestly, getting out of the vehicle, out of the truck, and going into the truck stop, you know, you almost have to relearn how to walk again. It's because you get stuck. I mean, if you've ever driven for, a lot of people realize this after they've driven for like 5 or 6 hours, and they get out of the truck and they have to stretch, and they, you know, you feel like your legs are wobbling and everything. Imagine doing that every single day. Now, I'm not complaining. I'm not trying to be a, you know, a complainer like that, but I'm just saying that people who do this job, you better love it a lot and better find a way to eat better, for one, and learn how, you know, find some way to get some kind of exercise in, because long term this will get you. And I just see it all the time. You go to truck stops and you see these truck drivers, and you'll see they are not in the best of health. They are not. And there's a reason behind that. Now, where there's a will, there's a way. You know, you can always find a way to exercise, get some weights on the truck, and then go out and get out of the truck when you park and go do that. But a lot of times the timing is not right. You'll get a load and you have to deliver it at a certain time, like maybe it's in the afternoon, then you have to pick up another load right away, then you got to find a place to park. And by the time you get all done with that, you're so tired you don't even want to deal with it. Seriously. So, I mean, yeah, I'm making excuses in that way, but honestly, I'm getting to the end of my working career, and I just want to move on. I don't want to waste. I mean, the only thing you have in this world that's truly valuable is time. And I don't want to waste any more time doing this. Not that I don't like this job again, but I really want to get over and start doing the things that I think I'm made for, that I want to go do. I want to go over to Cambodia, which is going to be the first country, and I want to get into routine, get a small, nice little apartment, get into routine, working out, taking videos, enjoying my life, hanging out with people, learning how to speak Khmer, doing all that stuff, have a good time. And I don't know how long I'll be in Cambodia, who knows, but I'm, going to have a good time while I'm there, or anywhere else I go. But being in a truck or being at any job, you're putting in the most hours of your day. And for me, it's 24 hours. I'm on the road, so I'm not able to go out on the weekends and hang out with my buddies. I'm not able to go hang with a girlfriend. I'm not able to go do anything. You're stuck in a truck. And if you work as a truck driver, the money's decent if you're single. If you are married, this would be tough. This would be really tough, because you've got to go a long way you got to do a lot to make a lot of money, to make decent money, especially working for one of the companies like this. Now, a lot of guys get into flatbedding and doing the big heavy haul stuff, and they can make more money. But unless you get into that and that's what you do, this job is great for a single guy like me. This is ideal. But if you're married and have kids, you're never going to see them. You're going to be gone a lot of time, if you're the over-the-road truck driver. Now, you could probably get a job making $25, $30 an hour driving trucks in town, or locally or regionally, overnight, maybe once or twice a week or something like that. That would be doable. But even then, it doesn't pay enough to make it like there aren't other better options. That's what I mean. There are better options than this. But I like this job, believe it or not. I mean, I'm talking about it like I don't like it, but I do like it. It's probably the best job, satisfactory wise for me, that I've ever had. I've had many, many, many jobs in my life, and this is probably satisfactory, making me feel good about doing it. This is probably the best one. But ironically, it's at the end of my career as a worker, and well, at least as a worker for other people. And I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to go. Now, I'm not so sure of exactly when I'm going to leave. I do have to go through my numbers again and just make sure that I'm totally, I haven't been able to do that because I've been busy, but make sure that I'm totally squared away, know exactly how much I'm probably going to have to pay for rent, and food and all that. Because I already know a bunch. I mean, not only have I been there once, but I watch plenty of YouTube channels, excuse me, of other people doing it there now. And, you know, they give information about what, you know, how much things cost and what you're going to be dealing with as far as visas and accommodation and food and transportation, the whole 9 yards. And so I've got a good enough base to know that I'm in the ballpark. And I was thinking probably another month or two, maybe. We'll see what happens, but I'll let everybody know. But I think that's what I'm going to be doing. I think it's another month or two that I think I'm going to be taking off. So another thing too was I was going to run around the country and go visit people, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't want to spend the extra money doing that. And that would cost me a lot. A lot of places, you know, a lot of people that I was going to go see, I'd have to go get hotel rooms and, you know, gasoline to drive all the way. I'm just not going to do that. I'm just going to end up selling my truck. Well, it's not a truck, but it's a SUV, an old Ford Explorer. Sell that thing off, minimalize all my stuff into, you know, a few bags, and just poof, dust on out of here. I'll still keep in touch with everybody. I mean, I'm still on social media, and people that want to talk to me that have my phone number can still call me. But I'm going to have to inform them. I'll be on probably WhatsApp after that with a new number. But other than that, that's what I'm thinking right now. And another thing too is summertime. There's a lot more traffic on the road and all that. So I think that leaving around June might be a good thing. Right in that area. We'll see what happens. But I think that might be a good thing. That get out of here before it gets too hot in Phoenix. Well, it'll be hot by then, don't worry. But just get out of here, fly over there, and start my life off. Start it off. I'll document the whole thing, of course. I'll take videos of preparing and getting everything done, and then getting on the plane and actually taking off. I just can't wait for that. I'm the closer it gets, the more giddy I get to do it, you know. So I can't hold back the giddiness anymore. That's pretty much what it is. But anyway, other than that, everything's going good. I'm just taking a few days off here in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. Here, I'll show you. Ugh. Not that you can see any beauty from here, but skies are blue. Got some clouds over there. I don't think we're going to get any storms, even though that looks like a storm over there. But we're just hanging out in the yard and hang out here in the truck. Just, oh my God, this curtain wants to make a problem. Hanging out in the truck, just getting some much needed rest. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching my videos. I appreciate it very, very much. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. That really helps out the channel. And if you know anybody who likes these topics, trucking, escaping the matrix, moving overseas, slow travel, any of that kind of stuff, inspiration to do it all, direct them to my channel, because I'll keep talking about this stuff all the way through. Anyway, thank you guys. Have a great day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye now.